We aren't ordinary. If you're listening to this podcast, if you're watching this YouTube, if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking to grow your business or expand it or scale it, you are not ordinary. Thank God for that. And I want you guys to play bigger. And I know that you're called for more, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, okay?
Real business owners.
Hey, it's Dave Scatchard from All Star Coaching, and I am here to be with the Real Business Owners group, and I wanted to share this one key distinction that sort of came to me probably within the last couple years. And it seems like every person that I've shared this with has had massive breakthroughs and aha moments after. So I asked Kale and Trevor if it would be okay if I shared this with you guys. And they said, go for it. So let's do this. This example, I'm going to introduce a few new concepts that weren't discussed in the podcast, but I think they're very important. I'm going to first start with a couple quotes, okay? And this is from Jim Rohn. The first quote says, "Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better." Okay? I love that quote. And ultimately, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing an example of a coaching client of mine on where he was in his business and where we took him to and how we did it, okay? And anybody can do this. The next quote is another Jim Rohn quote. If you're not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary, okay? We aren't ordinary. If you're listening to this podcast, if you're watching this YouTube, if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking to grow your business or expand it or scale it, you are not ordinary. Thank God for that. And I want you guys to play bigger. And I know that you're called for more, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, okay? One of my best, my best buddies, one of my favorite mentors is Donnie Epstein, and he said, claim extraordinary or ordinary will claim you, okay? There's three types of people: people who watch what happened, people who make things happen, and people who wonder what the hell happened, okay? Which one are you? I would love it if you were one of the people that made things happen, okay? Now, there's different ways to do it, and a lot of it has to do with the energetics of the way that the energy flows. And this is a little advanced training, so I hope you can grasp this concept. I'll try to take my time and explain it correctly. But ultimately, let's just say this is you, okay? And this was one of my clients. He was making under $1 million a year, and he hired me to help him scale his business and improve his life. And when he came to me, he was really armored up. He was not really open. He was hard and strong and acting like he's tough and grinding it out. He's a grinder. And he was trying to force his information to the world. And he was making under $1 million. And he said, "Dave, I want you to help me scale my business. I'd like to get to a certain number." And we helped him get that, and I'd like to show you how we did that. So let's imagine that the sun is a hot spot. We're going to call this the hot spot. And the sun is basically raining down its information, trying to guide you. It's the organizing intelligence of the universe. It's God. It's the creator. It's the universe. Whatever you believe in, I believe that it's trying to share information with us. It's trying to heal us. It's trying to share love with us. It's trying to give us the next steps. It's trying to guide us. But sometimes what happens is when we're covered up in armor and we're not authentically aligned, it can't get through to us because there's this layer around us that is inauthentic and fake and hard. One of the things that happens that this client was doing was he was forcing his energy out there when he was truly somebody that should have been receiving the energy. So what it was doing was he was forcing it out, it was trying to come in, and it was causing this neutrality. It was almost blocking the energetic flow for him. So the first thing I did is I said, listen, what's going on? Like, who are you? What's your purpose? Why are you here? Oh, I'm gonna make money and like, da-da. It was all about him. It was about me. And I said, look, if we're gonna go to, and this number should be 2.5 million, he wanted his goal to be $1 million. We made it 1.5 million. He hit 2.5 million. Okay, that's the end of the story. That's what the result was. But what we did with him here was we removed the armor that he had around himself. So we're actually dealing with the real person, and he was showing up authentically. And it wasn't just about him, it was about the me-we. It was a little bit about him, but he was also trying to serve his clients at the highest level and was looking for ways where he could add value constantly. It wasn't just about me and getting a paycheck or a commission check, whatever it is. So we removed his armor, okay? And how we did that was we really broke down how he could take the guards off and the armor off and show up for the world without fear of getting hurt again, because he'd been hurt a lot in his life, as we all have, okay? So we removed the armor. What the second key point that we did was, see how small his container is here? It's a smaller container. And if this information is trying to come and give him energy, it can't get through the armor and it can't be caught in this container because the container was too small. His vision for who he needed to be was too small. So we made a bigger container. Some of the information made its way to him, as you can see, okay? And it landed in the container and he could process it and he could do kind of new business and new deals using that information that he gathered in this data. But the problem was he was still trying so hard. He's trying everything. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He's forcing it, right? And it was me-we. It wasn't all the way in, but he made he got to $2.5 million that year. So this number should be 2. So you think that's a huge win. You think, holy smokes, we got it figured out. And this client, I love him. He's really self-driven. He's really motivated. And he said, you know what? Like, I'm close. Like, I feel like I'm about breaking through. I think we should set our goal for 3 million next year. And I said, too small. He goes, what do you mean? And I go, 4.5. He goes, 4.5 in my industry? There's no chance. Like, I almost got to double this number. And I just freaking almost killed myself trying to get to here. And I'm like, yeah, but what if we brought in a team? And what if we brought in these people? And what if we showed up this way? And what if we built you a new container? He goes, what about the new container? I said, why don't we build you a huge container? So when all this information is coming to you, it doesn't miss the container. It actually lands in the container. I said, imagine like you're standing in an empty swimming pool and it's raining, right? It's not landing in a cup and that's the information that you get given, but it's actually in a huge swimming pool. And then we got time. Say it starts to rise up. We didn't miss it. We're still analyzing the data. We're still figuring it out. We're still being able to read what the information is trying to give us from the energy field. I know this is really advanced, so if you don't get it the first time, it's okay. But let me tell you something. When somebody can grasp this concept, it's a game changer. The other thing that we did for him was he stopped efforting it and he started listening to it and letting the information flow through him out to his clients and out to his marketing team and out to his new team of 30 people that he just built. Now we're talking. Now we can scale. And then he became a mentor and a role model to them. And he was impacting their lives. So it was all about the we. It was all about the we at this point because he got over his financial drain and plug and he started making a couple $1 million. And he's like, okay, well, that's not a worry anymore. So let's just show up and serve. And now he's creating all these jobs for people. He's inspiring them. He's trying to show up and be the thing that he's representing authentically. And he started to use all this unbound energy from the universe because it wants him to win. He's a good guy. He's on the right side of the equation. So it's pouring all this information into him, but it's swirling around in here. So he's got time to like absorb it, figure it out and listen to it and design from it. I call this the Dreamcatcher bucket. And it's almost like an ascension model. And this client will make $4.5 million this year. Okay? This is current. How do we take somebody from under $1 million to $4.5 million in 3 years? Well, this person couldn't have got the job done. He couldn't even see that. He didn't have a container big enough to capture all that. Even if he had 1,000 clients, he couldn't have got it because he needed a team. Sometimes when you're scaling and you're growing, you have to be open to building a team around you that can help you get it done. So we had new attributes. We started a bigger soul role. What's my soul purpose? We created a bigger container. And I used to do this for myself, and I'd create a new container, and every year I would create a bigger container and a bigger container. The problem with that was once I locked in and I claimed it here on this earth, this is my mission and this is my purpose, this is my container. So I made it expandable and bigger. So the more information I can get, the more that I can handle. And the more people that I bring onto my team, the more it expands and the business can grow from there. So I can recycle that information, share it out with the world, and boom, impact, impact, impact. The more people you're gonna impact, the more money you're gonna make. So it's a different dimension. There's different rules, there's different beliefs, and there's different perspectives from this guy to this guy. So in your business, who do you need to become bigger? Who do you need to hire to become bigger? How do you need to think to become bigger? Because you're called for something big. You wouldn't still be listening. I don't know how many minutes I've been doing this, but you'd already be tuned out. You'd be flicking through your Instagram. You may be. Stop doing that. You may be called for more. So own it. Not everybody is called. Some people are totally fine just being content in their life, and that's wonderful. But if you're watching this video, I guarantee you that you feel that there's something more in there for you. And I want to provide a bigger container for you. And what kind of personality, what kind of traits, what kind of way of being do you need to show up to be to fill that new soul role in order to serve more for the we? And then what action steps would you take today or tomorrow? Is it hiring that person that can free up some of your time so you can create or teach? Or is it the one missing ingredient from your business that you've been scared to produce or show the world? Is it taking care of your family life so that that's not a distraction, so that you can go into the business and bring better energy? Is it taking care of your health so that you come in with more energy, so that you can work longer, more efficient hours and crush it? I don't know what it is for you, but we did all three with this guy, and he's killing it, absolutely killing it, and it's just going to get bigger. So I hope that I didn't go too fast on this, and I hope that you can see the difference between being armored up in a tiny container, and this is who I am, and not really sure, to being kind of a little bit more confident and being like, okay, listen, if I'm going to do some stuff, I got to build a bigger container. I got to get rid of this, whatever it is I'm lugging around with me, all this armor and all this stuff. And then being free here to rock it and be authentic and basically be like, hey world, I'm here and I'm open to all this information, and this information will weave the people that you need into your life and your business, and hire them. Do what you do best and hire everyone to do the rest. That's when you can grow and fly. So anyways, I call this the Dreamcatcher. I'm Dave Scatchard with All Star Coaching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day and an amazing 2022. And I think this is going to help you. Have a good day. Bye.